had is more runs than you've allowed in all your other spring training starts
Right?
as a Twin.
Hopefully that means good things, because I think I gave like one run last year and it didn't go very well, as I would hope so. No, it's spring training. It's trying to work on off speed a lot today, and I thought I threw a lot of really like executed pitches, and either they were just down or off, or I didn't really ask where they were at. It's just, it is what it is type of thing. But from a standpoint, I felt good. My came out well. Nixed all my pitches. Like I said, I didn't throw too many fastballs just by design, so I probably played a little bit into being behind in some counts, but I'm not going to try to go to my good stuff that I know well in spring training when I want to work on trying to get the other stuff that's not as good up to that. So, I could have very easily started throwing, my pitches I would have in the game, but it's not going to make you any better. It's just, you're going with what you know. So, got to keep growing as a pitcher and using stuff that you don't feel is as good as your other stuff.
So you confirmed that yes, indeed, does need work.
Yeah,
so
I mean, like I said, I thought I executed a lot of quality pitches, so they weren't called strikes today, not a big deal. As long as I'm happy with the shape of them and how they were coming out, that's about all I need to get out of spring training. Sure, would I like to get some outs and get another, face some more batters? Sure, but it's not going to make me lose a single bit of sleep tonight or anything like that. So I finished up in the bullpen, did 3 more innings down there, and got all my work in. So that's what it's kind of all about. I've been through a few spring trainings, so and nothing really bothers me in spring training.
Shutout innings in the bullpen, I assume.
Yeah, absolutely. All just a no-hitter in the bullpen.
What is it with your off-speed stuff that you're trying to focus on right now?
Just like consistency, really. For me, like I'm working my cutter and not really throwing my slider this year. Just trying to make it all one pitch, and I want to see the shape be consistent, pitch in, pitch out, so I can use it in big spots. And I don't want it to be, a misfire or it doesn't shape how I want it to be, or whatever it may be. So. For me, that's what it's all about, is just getting consistency, getting the repetitions of it, throw it to hitters, and just trying to throw it for strikes too, because if you can't throw it for strikes, it's pretty much unusable when it comes to the regular season with scouting reports and everything. So that's just my mindset in spring. The last couple outings also treat them more like regular season games, but for now, like the early on ones, I just want to kind of get a feel for everything, and it's kind of my mindset for spring training. So I'm not upset. I'm not anything. It's just how it goes, and I'll throw a bullpen and throw again in 5 days. So we're good.
Do you anticipate your repertoire being pared down any this year?
I wouldn't think so. I think it's just how to use it a little bit better, and I think that's a big thing with Wes right now, is using our stuff and maximizing what we do well and using it in game situations. So that's kind of another design of why we're wanting to throw, for me particularly, throw off-speed pitches more so, just to, you look at the good teams, and a lot of them are off-speed heavy now, and how things are going in the game. So, but like I said, my next one will be 5 innings, and 6 after that, I'll use my fastball more and treat it more like game situations and work on location. I'm happy with where my velocity and my fastball location are at right now, so that's kind of another good reason to throw off-speed pitches. But there comes a point where it's time to treat things like it's the real thing. But it's spring training, and we still got 3 weeks till the season starts. So just maximize your work when you can, and get all your runs out in spring training.
What were some of your bigger takeaways from your time at the baseball this offseason?
Just like learning to utilize my lower half a little bit better. I think with Wes having a background in it too, it's easy to ask him questions and ask him what he sees. So. I feel like my mechanics are a lot better than they were last year, so I feel I'm happy with where everything's at right now. But it was a good eye opener to kind of use some of the video work, the Rapsodo type of stuff, and see it for myself rather than just feeling it. So I can definitely see the translation to spring training, because I'm throwing harder now than I typically do in spring training. So once the season comes around, hopefully it keeps going up and up. But Wes is really good at kind of getting guys to increase velocity by doing the same type of stuff I was doing this winter. So I think it's kind of a head start for me, whereas some of these guys are kind of learning it right now. But he's adapting it to people's bullpens and trying to get them to work on and do some drills. So it's been an easier time for me to do that and kind of repeat what I'm doing, as opposed to learning something in spring. So it's been going well, and I'm really happy that I did it.
How much time did you spend there?
I went over there twice a week, every week, starting at the end of October. so pretty much the entire off season. So I thought it was the right thing to do, and Gibby had used him in the past, and I saw the turnaround that he was able to make, and I didn't feel like I was right last year mechanically, so I figured it was a no-brainer for me to just go there. It's only a 40-minute drive from my house down in Florida, so why not use it and try to be better than what I was last year? And I feel tremendously better now than I did at any point last year. So, and I can see it in my pitches too. Like all of my off-speed pitches are a little bit sharper, a little bit better, and just getting back to where I felt like I was at my best in 15 and 16.
When you go to the bullpen, then do you just continue what your game plan is out there, or do you just
Yeah,
try to
like
get
I
pitch
had
count?
Jeremy Hefner stand in, bounce back and forth from righty to lefty, and I would do up down. So I would throw 12 pitches, sit down, watch whoever's hitting right at that point, and just treat it like it was a game situation. And obviously it's not the same max effort as a game, but so I treated it just like a normal game, and with batters in the box. So. It was good. I got a good same sweat I got going on, and the bullpen as I did during the game. It was a little warm out there today, but for us, it's really about the up downs and building your pitch counts in spring. That's really what it boils down to. Results are, take them for what it's worth. If you throw perfect games every single time out in spring, I don't think anybody's probably ever want to sideline doing that. So, like I said, results are all secondary. It's just trying to build your arm strength up, get the feel, and be ready to go. 8-9 innings if it presents itself the first time out. So that's kind of what our starters' mindsets are with using spring training as I'm trying to think of a good word to use it, like using it as a tool, essentially. Like, you want to sharpen everything before the season comes around. So spring training is not for results anymore when you've reached this point and you know what you need to do to get ready.
As a guy with 5+ years, is any of the new stuff a hard sell for you? I mean, as far as technology, or maybe a new pitching coach trying to maybe change things up a little bit?
It wasn't as hard just because I had done it this offseason, but I was interested in it because with all the information that's out there now, it's so much easier to see what you're doing wrong instantly, because I was throwing bullpens and I would, there's a TV to my left or to my right, camera behind me, so I would throw a pitch, and if I liked it, I could see exactly how it came out of my hand, exactly how my mechanics looked. And if I didn't like it, I could see what I was doing wrong. Or a lot of times, guys overanalyze things in the off season just because, there's no hitter, there's no nothing. You're just kind of getting back in the swing of things. So when I was working on like my split, for instance, if it didn't do what I wanted to do, maybe in the past I thought it was something with my upper body or whatever, and then you see on camera, like instead of your hand being here, it was here. So a couple inches one way or the other, you can make the adjustment, see it that you made the adjustment, and then you can see the result right there. So for me, for a guy that's not like a super hard thrower, it's really, it really is effective for me to see spinning the ball and being more off-speed oriented, and it helps guys with working on a new pitch as well, so you can actually see your results and break it down in slow-mo, because that tells you everything you need to know, really. So it's been an easy transition for me.